touch wood, relatively stable on the injury front. It's been nice to use that to build a bit of consistency in the club.
Yeah, it has. Unchanged. Gag's coming back into the team. That's probably the only change that we'll have. So it has been. It's been good to ride out the team sheet every Tuesday, and it's remained pretty intact. It allows you to get some consistency, both training and in game. So yeah, very fortunate.
And between that and by 2 weeks ago, Melbourne have been, the benchmark for the last almost 20 years. But a lot's been spoken about with that drought. Do you feel like this is the best chance you've had in your time to go in?
Yeah, I think we're certainly the healthiest we've been. And I know there's a lot of stat around, having beaten them in 9 games, but I just don't think that's relevant. The reality is these two rosters have never faced each other. That's the reality. I think if you're a tennis player or a boxer and you lost to the same opponent 9 times in a row, you'd probably be worried, but it's not relevant to this. Some of the players in those games don't even play the game anymore. They're commentators now, so I don't see the relevance.
And coming into this game, are you looking at teams above and below you on the ladder? You're just looking at yourselves and treating every game as a must win?
Exactly that, yeah. We're not looking past this week. We're not looking past today, actually. We've been very process-driven. We understand that winning games is what we need to do, but it starts this week. There's no point looking at the second or third week down the track.
And after a couple of changes earlier in the season, it looks like players are really starting to find their groove. Kalen back at 1, Phoenix in the 9 now. Happy have you been with some of your players' development this year?
Been excellent, yeah. Phoenix in particular. I think Kalen's had a good 6 weeks. So there's some guys that are in form, which is great.
It seems like there was a couple of periods where you could have put Tigers away last week, probably let them back into the game. Can you afford to do that against the Melbourne Storm?
No, certainly not. I think, Tigers are a funny team. They can drag you into that sort of street fight. So Melbourne are very similar. We need to make sure we're completing our sets in D, not so much in attack. You need to complete your whole set. They're a team that can hurt you late in the tackle count. So, the guys understand that we, what needs to happen tomorrow night. So we've trained accordingly.
And are these the types of tests that you look forward to? Do the players I know you said you're not thinking too much about it, but do they look forward to going out and trying to knock off one of the premier teams and break something like this? Yeah,
I think this year we've shown that our best footy certainly competes with the heavyweights, in Penrith and Brisbane. So no doubt our guys are looking forward to it. It can be a statement game for us leading into the back end of the season.
And this time last year, there was a lot of talk about a pretty abysmal home record. You've turned that around. How much focus have you put on that, and what would it mean to continue it?
Yeah, huge. I think the place will be packed on Saturday. The guys understand that. We need to give them a reason to cheer for us. So, we've been proud of our performances. We haven't always got the win, but I think the effort and the performance has been there, and we want that to continue tomorrow.
Have you noticed anything over the last couple of weeks of training? Obviously, with 2 good wins, anything change with the guys, whether it's something in training or their mentality towards training?
Yeah, no, I just think the consistency. Our training has continually gone up because of the consistency with the personnel that's out there. I've been really happy with this week's preparation. I feel like this week's probably been our best one. I trumped the week that we had against Brisbane. I thought, prior to that was our best week. But I think having the same guys out there's obviously some confidence on the back of a couple of wins. But yeah, we seem to be raising the bar in our training standards just by having them together.
And obviously expecting a big crowd on Saturday, a double header with the ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. The defending premiers, their first chance to see those girls in action on Saturday, and yeah, we're expecting it to be packed. Yeah, and can't wait, actually.
Some of your guys have never beaten Melbourne. How do you sort of give them the belief that they can do that when they've never actually done it?
Yeah, again, as I said before, this team or these two rosters have never faced each other. I think it's an irrelevant narrative because the reality is some of the Melbourne teams that have had success against Newcastle, those players aren't there either. So, look, as I said before, we get confidence from our performances against, a couple of the heavyweights in the competition or the teams up the pointy end of the ladder. We've performed. You can get confidence out of that.
You just said it's in a relative narrative. Are you a bit sick of it nonetheless? Would you like to sort of put it to bed?
Absolutely. Look, I want to win the game of footy. whether or not that puts that to bed is irrelevant to me. I want to win games of footy, but yeah, like I said, I don't think it's apples with apples. I think it's this, going back to 2015 has no relevance to this current roster.
What about you coaching against Craig Bellamy? What does that sort of mean to you?
Zero. I want to win the game of footy regardless of who the opposition coach is.
And this story that's come out last couple of days about Jeff McCloy, I assume you've seen that. Have you got any thoughts on that?
I've heard about it. Again, it doesn't help us win on the weekend, so I don't give it any air. Look, ultimately, I'm focused on playing my part in the preparation for the team. If I go around worrying about who made what phone call to who, that's doing a disservice to these players. They're holding their end up in the training, and I'll hold my end up and do my job. And it doesn't help us win, so I don't think about it.
It's not disappointing, but that sort of conjecture.
Not ideal, not something that you hope for, but again, it hasn't taken up much headspace at all, to be honest. I was aware of it, I'd been told about it. Again, I'll move on. I've got a job to do today.
Can you give any update on Tyson Frizell's future?
I think we're very, very close. I don't know whether we're completely there yet. I think there's just some logistical stuff to be signed off on, but so I can't confirm, but I think we're very close.
So you're confident that'll go through?
Yeah, I am confident, yeah.
What about, there's some talk about Jack Cogger? You guys might be interested in him. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think we're always looking at the roster. No doubt the recruitment committee, we want to add a bit of depth to our halves. So, I'm sure Jack is someone that they've spoken about. I'd say there would be a list of candidates that they're looking at, but we're always looking to strengthen the roster.